to make an announcement. Joe Crap from the Crap Guides is a bitch-ass motherfucker. He pissed on my wheel. That's right. He took his whittler wobbly dick out and pissed on my wheel. And he said his dick was this big. And I said, that's disgusting. So I'm making a call-out post on my YouTube.com. Joe Crap from the Crap Guides, you've got a small dick. It's the size of this Sonic ring, except way smaller. And guess what? Here's what my dog looks like. That's right, baby. Wide girth, no wiggle, no wobble. Look at that, it's like 2 D20s at a dice tower. He f***ed my wheel, so guess what? I'm gonna f*** the earth. That's right. This is what you get. My super laser piss. Except I'm not gonna piss on the earth, I'm gonna go higher. I'm pissing on the moon! How do you like that, Obama? This was a Raid Shadow Legends sponsored video the whole time. The free-to-play MMORPG done right that's available on both mobile and PC. You think this is some console pansy nonsense? Get that roast beef out of here. Assemble your team of champions and make them stronger to fight 10 different bosses or in the PvP arena. Are you one of those naysayers that think you can't get any good heroes without paying money? Well, you're more wrong than a sword and shield player because you could start with a hero that can pretty much solo the entire game for you. Give them some lifesteal gear and guess what? You could start with that biz. Look at that, I just soloed an entire PvP game with his giant elven swag. You might be thinking, what if I don't like elves? I don't want to play with that. Forget about it. You get a free orc wife after just a week. She can resurrect your allies and hurts harder than Joe Crap's jokes. It gives your allies buffs too. You want some other pro tips? Log in every day for free rewards. Complete the daily quests for massive growth spurts. Or compete in tournaments throughout the week to get free bonus upgrades. The best artifacts in the game can be found in dungeons, like this one, including lifesteal gear that you need for Kale. Don't take my word for it. Raid makes a guide where you can learn to get good. That's all in the description. All free, all badass. What are you waiting for? Why aren't you clicking the link in the description and getting 100,000 silver pieces, 50 gems, 10 mystery shards, and a free champion called Hexweaver, who's actually my wife? All your treasure will be available here. All of these rewards will be available for the next 30 days and only for new players who click on that link and play Raid Shadow Legends today!
Howdy friendos, my name is Stuart, and welcome to the series where we take a look at pop culture characters and determine what alignment they are in Dungeons & Dragons based on the parameters we set in our Shrek video. Today we are going to be looking at Dr. Robotnik from the live-action Sonic the Hedgehog movie. Yes, really. Before we begin, there's a few things that I need to update. Some of you have been keeping up with my Twitter, community posts, and well, any of the other videos, and you know that I declared that I'll be doing at least 3 different individuals, but either due to copyright, time, or just general problems, I needed to figure out a way to get a video this week. So thank you to everyone for sticking by while we sort out all of this ridiculous shit. But yeah, today we do have a fun one. So many of you guys know that I have covered Sonic on this channel before, and I've memed on him pretty hard for having an inconsistent series of games, at least in the last 2 decades. My major point of criticism is that I found it difficult to measure the quality of his character through his gaming library. So today, we'll be looking at a character who is undoubtedly unique to this very specific Sonic canon, and that is Jim Carrey's interpretation of the Mad Doctor, and to be honest, it's slightly more nuanced than even I originally gave him credit for. Jim Carrey somehow manages to pull off both hilarious and strangely threatening for a villain that's arguably supposed to be a joke. This Dr. Robotnik, like the video games, is a super genius and is a master of advanced robotics. This version of the character was a child prodigy, apparently creating scientific formula at formula age. What sort of formula he was creating is unclear, but by God he was doing it, or at least he claimed to. Sporting an IQ of over 300 and at least 5 PhDs, he is also surprisingly strong and decent at hand-to-hand combat. He uses his engineering prowess along with the resources of the US military to solve massive problems almost single-handedly with his mechanical army. Normally, a military person would identify as lawful neutral almost right away, but by no means is this character that simple. He openly labels his robots as badniks, gleefully dances to songs about being a villain, and even calls his mobile military base the Evil Lair. If there were ever a card-carrying villain in a live-action movie, this is it. However, do we consider his flavor of evil as lawful, neutral, or chaotic? Well, throughout the movie, he seems to be fairly lawful in certain places, citing rules, regulations, or whatever code of conduct he can exploit to his advantage, which is a very common sign of lawful evil. However, he is also wild, random, cruel, and a total sadist when it comes to dealing with those he doesn't respect, which is pretty much everyone. Even the top military brass hate dealing with him and cite that he is difficult to work with. In cases like this, I tend to split the difference and call him neutral evil, but even then, I don't feel that it's totally accurate. To be honest, I really hesitate to even call him evil because, well, until some later parts of the movie, he doesn't even seem to be evil. He's just kind of an asshole. One of my favorite ways that someone has ever described Geralt of Rivia is someone who believes that they are true neutral or lawful neutral, but is actually neutral good, and I think that we have a similar case here with Robotnik. I think he believes he's evil or wants to be evil, but he's more of just a neutral douchebag. So, for now, and I understand if you disagree with me, I kind of want to put him at true neutral, but lean him towards true evil. And that's only because he's a jerk. He really didn't do anything at the cost of other people. He's just a giant turd. Granted, he does openly abuse Agent Stone, and that does hint that they are comfortable with this negative relationship and abuse of power, but that is a can of roboticized worms that I really don't want to open right now. For now, let's just say he's neutral. And besides, I'm sure he won't be staying there long. And with that, let's go.
Dr. Robotnik. Are you in charge here?
Yes, I
Nope.
am.
Wrong.
Robotnik comes and relieves Major Bannington of command. Normally this act would pretty much be lawful neutral, but he goes out of his way to demoralize and humiliate him in front of his, battalion? Let's Google that real quick. You know what? Just in front of his troops. He demoralized him in front of his troops. Doing this simply just to be a dick and to make himself feel cool. So, as we said before, dick moves for the sake of being a dick is usually chaotic evil.
Your eyes weren't expertly trained to spot tracks by the Native American shadow wolves.
So Robotnik tracking Sonic wouldn't normally render an alignment ding, but he begins interacting with Agent Stone here. He's kind of flexing on him a bit and being a little condescending, but otherwise nothing really leads me to believe that this interaction is anything more than neutral.
Good morning, my rural chum. I'm from the power company investigating the blackout.
So, I'm gonna fully admit, I don't know a thing about military protocol here, but I'm pretty sure Robotnik has the authority to ask and search the house if he believes an alien is inside. Instead, he does this weird lie with Tom here about being from the power company. I'm just gonna say chaotic neutral?
20 minutes ago, I tracked an energy pulse with a similar signature to the one that caused that disruption.
Plus, he commands the drones to search the house anyway, so chaotic neutral, again.
Mr. Wachowski, are you familiar with U.S. Code 904, Title 10, Article 104?
So yeah, he does know the law. Why didn't he just cite some Patriot Act thing that lets him search the house? He just threatened him with a lawful death, so lawful evil.
Nothing to see here.
He then pushes past Tom after hearing a noise, not even trying to be covert anymore. Chaotic neutral.
Come on, rack your brain. You might be able to come up with some lame excuse to go on living. In 2.
After discovering the quill, he then begins to threaten Tom directly after giving a shockingly threatening performance as a comedy character. Lawful evil.
Open your mouth and say you thought that you should stop them.
Oh yeah, that's a good look. Physically and emotionally humiliating a henchman who came to help you. Granted, he should have attempted to stop the fleeing truck, but yeah, a little excessive. Chaotic evil.
Now that's what I call good cop, bad cop.
I mean, technically lawful evil, I guess. Followed immediately by a chaotic evil.
Look, I get you.
Attacking Sonic on the road to fulfill his mission. Lawful evil. Oh yeah, I'm sure that's the best way to test an alien thing. Oh hey, it's the best scene in the movie. Nat 20 scene.
I see you've taken a lover.
Does she have a name, or should we just call her collateral damage?
Eggman straight up discharges military hardware in a civilian zone. Surprisingly great fight scene though, neutral evil. This movie is so-so, but the conflict shot here is badass. Yeah, they earned that rating. Also, neutral evil again for attacking Sonic again in the middle of a town.
A lesser man would die here.
After seemingly a long time on the Mushroom Planet, Eggman goes crazy, swearing that he will return to Earth just in time for the sequel that I'm actually kind of excited for. Chaotic Neutral. So you're telling me the movie villain, who's based off of the video game villain, is evil? Well, yeah. But I was admittedly a little surprised that he ended up being as neutral evil as he was. To be honest, I think they're trying to push him into a direction that's more chaotic in the next movie, but this did serve to be a pretty decent origin story, especially considering that he's a normal human from the real-ass world and not a Mobian human from, I guess, from the comics. If you're interested in more Sonic characters, who should I cover next? Should I cover Shadow the Hedgehog, Knuckles the Echidna, or heck, let's go for it, Rouge the Bat? Go ahead and leave a comment below, and be sure to check out our other Sonic alignment video. I'll see you guys in the next one.